Hello out there. Welcome to this week's edition of All Things Real Estate. I appreciate you tuning in. This week, as has most of the world, I have continued to be mildly obsessed. My family might say completely obsessed, but I would say mildly obsessed with the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. And I am just fascinated by Amber Heard's behavior. I'm fascinated by everyone else being fascinated by Heard's behavior. I can't get enough of it. So, one of the things that I thought was super funny in the trial was the way that she said that she thinks that the words donate and pledge are synonymous, that they mean the same thing, which I, along with the rest of the world, pretty much thinks is ridiculous. But it made me think of a term that a lot of real estate agents and some sellers use that are synonymous, or they think are synonymous and actually are not, and it drives me a little bit bonkers how they do that. So that is what I'm talking about in today's video, so stay tuned.
All things real estate and all things real estate.
So in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, when Amber Heard is on the stand and saying that she uses pledge and donate synonymously, the main difference and why people who know the English language know that that's not the case is there is no actual exchange of money. When you pledge, you make a promise. When you donate, there's actually an exchange of money that support that pledge that you made. So it's not a real thing, and you didn't actually do it until the money goes to the charity, in her case, the charity that she said that she donated to. Just because she pledged it doesn't mean that that charity can benefit from that money. It has to actually be donated. And that's what I think of a lot of times when I see realtors out there saying that they sold a house in 2 days. They didn't sell a house in 2 days. What they did was they helped the seller get the house under contract in 2 days. Sellers do that too a lot of times. They'll tell their neighbors and friends, hey, I sold my house in 2 days. There's a big difference between being under contract and actually having a house sold. And that, again, is like pledge and donate. It has to do with the actual exchange of money. There's actually a lot of things that happen in between the contract being signed and actually the closing, which is the exchange of money and it being a done deal, that it kind of negates all of that when you say, hey, I sold a house in 2 days. Well, you didn't. So that's one of the things that's always driven me crazy is, it's kind of bad juju, bad karma, right? To just say, hey, I sold a house in 2 or 3 days, and then that contract falls through and you didn't sell the house. You got to kind of go back on that word because your seller didn't actually get any money. And that's the important part, is when the money is actually exchanged. So that is something that drives me a little bit bonkers in the real estate world. So I hope you enjoyed that little snippet, and now you can go back to watching the rest of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp aftermath of the craziest trial in American history. And I will be doing the same thing, and I will see you next week on another edition of All Things Real Estate. I hope if you're liking these videos, you subscribe, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.
All things real estate and all things real estate.